please. God, I just need an Apple event. I can't make it out here much longer.
Text from God.
Oh,
You got this, bro.
what's that?
Apple event March 8th.
There's an event on March 8th. Thank you. Thank you. Yo guys, Sam Cole here. We made it. We are back. Apple season is in full effect as the first event of 2022 has been announced. As always, today we're going to be breaking down the invite, talk about what Apple's hinted at, tell you what's coming at the event. We got some good deets there. So if you're excited for this one, it helps me and the channel out if you drop a like down below. Of course, hit subscribe so you always stay up to date, and tap that bell to get notified when I upload. Whoa. That was crazy. That's a crazy event. You know, let's start off by looking at this crazy event, taking a look at the official imagery that Apple has published so far, because there's a couple of things that they've shared. So honestly, for Apple invites, this one looks pretty simple. We've got the Apple logo at the top with, 6 different colors: blue, purple, pink, red, orange, and yellow, which interestingly would have been enough for Apple to do the traditional rainbow Apple logo colors, but there's no green in here for some reason. I'm not gonna say Apple does everything intentionally, but I'm gonna say there is a reason Apple picked those colors, and I feel like it's hinting at whether it's new iPhone cases or something. I mean, if you look at the invite from last April, the hello, it was the exact colors to the T of the new iMacs. But what do you guys think? Does the Apple logo mean anything, or am I just a crazy fanboy looking to get some clicks? Who could say? Okay, next is the headline, peak performance, and I, like everybody else, initially misspelled this as peak, as in P-E-A-K performance, like, the top of a mountain. No, Apple be talking about peekaboo performance. All right, let me close these blinders off. This light is bright. This really seems to be referring to the M2 chip, because peak performance would be like a lot or the most or the best. This is just like we're giving you a look at what's next. So without question, there's a Mac coming at this event. I mean, we knew that from sources, but this is Apple just straight up saying it. And with this so pointed at a new Mac processor, it really makes me second guess the focus of this event, which we initially thought was gonna be an iPhone SE3 that looks the same, but with 5G and a new iPad Air. It almost sounds like those are going to be more subliminal or minor products, and that this, a new Mac chip, some new Macs are actually going to be the focus. And of course, down below, Apple has mentioned when this is actually happening and what time, which is December, it's February, it's March, it's March, fun fact, which is March 8th, 2022 at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or that is 12 p.m. Central Time. That's my time where I live. Now, here's the thing. The invite only gives us so much information, but Apple's also previewed a couple of other things. First up here, we have this video from Jaws on Twitter where he says, peak performance March 8th, see you there. And we've got this banging track. Please don't copyright me. We're just gonna talk loudly enough to where it doesn't copyright. But you can see it basically gives us the same thing. It's a little preview that we're gonna be jumping into something. But if you go over to Apple's website and go to the Apple event page and tap on the Apple logo at the top, there's a really cool Easter egg here that you can see in augmented reality. So you put it around the room, it goes somewhere. Oh, there we go. And look, it plays a little song, and you can actually get a look inside for the first time here. And then if you go in, you actually get to go through. Okay, this is kind of sick. I'm like inside of the Apple logo. Wow. Okay, that's pretty dope. I mean, no spoilers or anything, just the exact same colors that we had before. And of course, if you go into the object mode, you can sort of see a more visualized look at it. That's kind of cool. It looks like they're projecting out into the space. I like that. Overall, though, nothing too wild about these events. I mean, they're obviously hinting at some things coming, which I should get into now. What is actually coming? Well, we're hearing from sources that we should expect a couple of things here. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you could fill in the blanks here. First of all is a new version of the iPhone SE, which is going to be an incredibly small update. Same design, but with 5G and a faster processor. We're hearing it could have a better camera on there as well, but this is Apple's lowest end iPhone. There's going to be nothing intrinsically new about this, except I guess the fact that it'll still have Touch ID. Following that, actually, potentially, the colors are hinting at a new version of the iPad Air. This is the colorful one that Apple announced in September of 2020. We are hearing that this is going to be getting an update with center stage and a faster processor and 5G as well. Initially, I thought the event would be focused on those, but saying that out loud like one more time and seeing the invite, I have a feeling that those are going to be the smallest parts of the update. And I know Apple's going to talk about it, because why would they not use an event to talk about these products? But I think the main focus is going to be on new Macs and potentially something else. potentially something else. The one Mac that I am extremely confident that we will be getting is a new Mac Mini with an M1 Pro and an M1 Max chip inside. I'm so confident in this because we saw the design leaked so many months ago. The Mac Mini has not been updated in a super long time aside from them putting the M1 in it in November of 2020. And considering that Apple already put an M1 Pro and an M1 Max in a small form factor MacBook Pro laptop, it doesn't sound that incredibly hard to place it in a redesigned chassis, totally custom, of a new Mac Mini. So I really see that coming at this event. I mean, Apple's already got the chips done for that. This is gonna be what I'm most excited to buy because I would love to have a dedicated desktop for here instead of plugging my Pro Display into my MacBook. Hey, look everybody, it's MacBook Cam. Everybody wave to MacBook. Hi MacBook, thanks for being great. That combined with the reintroduction of the mid-2000s design, I just can't wait to get my hands on this product. But we've also heard, because if you really look at that, it's like internally we've seen the chips, that we could be seeing an all-new M2 processor from Apple here. And while initially I was like, we just got the M1 Pro and M1 Max, there's no way it's too early, we've heard that each Apple Silicon, the standard M1 series and then the M1 Pro and Max series is two separate lines here, are gonna be on 18-month cycles. And it's been almost 18 months since we first saw Apple Silicon in November of 2020. What computer is this M2 said to be debuted in? It's a base version of the MacBook Pro, but there's been some conflicting reports here. On one hand, we're hearing that Apple is going to put it in the existing MacBook Pro with the touch bar and the old outdated screen that's LCD and the existing cheap model lowest end MacBook Pro with the M1 now. On the other hand, more exciting, we're hearing that the M2 is going to be put in a base version of the 14-inch MacBook Pro, which is the new design with no touch bar, but there won't be mini LED or 120 Hz, and there could be limited storage configuration options. Basically, either way, it's going to be a base MacBook Pro that's probably around the $1,300 to $1,500 range, but one of them is going to be more modern and the other one will have a touch bar. Please don't, I don't like the touch bar. Listen, I think it's very plausible that the M2 comes in something, especially if Apple's doing an event to be like, hey, here's something totally new that we're bringing to the market that's totally fresh, because everything else, it has a lot of pieces that have already been out there. There's also something that we've been hearing about for a while, and there's no rumors specifically saying it, but it's one of those things that I just kind of feel in my heart. Hear me out, all right? Apple only makes one external display right now. It's the Pro Display XDR. It's unreasonably expensive. What we've actually been waiting on is a consumer level display, not a Pro Display XDR, a consumer display XDR or something like that. That's not $5,000 to $6,000. And if Apple's announcing a new Mac Mini at this event, wouldn't they have a perfect opportunity to announce not a new Pro Display, because that'll probably come out with the new Mac Pro comes out, but a con display, a consumer level display. Listen, I don't know for sure, and I'm not gonna put my eyebrows or anything crazy on this bet. I'm just saying that I would not be shocked if we saw this. We know Apple's been working on them. We've been hearing about the rumors for years now, and it hasn't come out. So those are my expectations for the event. iPhone SE, iPad Air, MacBook Pro with M2, and Mac Mini with M1 Pro and M1 Max. That's an event. That's 4 things. And then maybe a new iPhone color or some new accessories. Like, I think that's gonna come as well. But I wanna hear your thoughts. What are your expectations? What are you most excited for? Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching. I love you so much. Got an Apple event. Like, damn. We got an Apple event. We did it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.